Hi, Ian again. We're picking right back up where we left off. So we tried to take our new AppExchange private listing and make it public. Well, unfortunately, we haven't connected any partner information, so we'll have to do that first. I'm not going to do that step right at the moment. The other thing that we need to do is pass a security review. I will demonstrate how that works. We simply navigate to this page. Now, it's important to notice that if your application is free, you won't have to pay a fee to go through the security review. The $5,000 fee is only charged when you are yourself going to be charging for the application. And for paid applications, there's an entire licensing management AppExchange tool that you can install, which will allow you to control licensing and rights and how many people can use the application in a subscriber's organization, and a whole nother set of administration tools around licensing. It does ask us, do we integrate with anything outside of Salesforce? And for this application, we don't. But occasionally you will make web service calls. Let's say that you are synchronizing with a postal code database that's outside of Salesforce. You would have to specify exactly what is being used and how you're passing information to the web service and how you're getting information back from the web service. This application doesn't send any sort of user information, so we'll click no. And it doesn't store any Salesforce information outside of force.com. Finally, it doesn't require that our clients install anything. It runs purely from a web browser context. So with all of those marked as no, and with this application being free for use, it's very straightforward to do the security review. So when I click Start Security Review, what Salesforce is going to do, they're actually going to email me a Word document that I'll have to fill out, answers questions about have you tested the Apex code, have you run bulk unit tests, have you ensured that there are no security problems, things along those lines. And then I will send that back to Salesforce, and they will run a suite of security validation software on their end, make sure that there are no cross-site scripting problems, that there are no injection issues for SQL, and just generally validate that it meets a very basic level of security. And so, having submitted the request for review, you can see that our private listing is currently marked as in review. Now, these reviews are specific to the version that you've uploaded. So if later on I go back and I make a new version and upload that new version will have to go through a second security review. And so that concludes the bulk of our video series, from taking an application from conception through the initial development process, iterating over a handful of changes, and then finally ending up with sufficient test coverage, uploading it to the AppExchange, and creating our initial listing and submitting for security review. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for your time.